So let me take an opportunity to introduce myself. My name is Narsi. I have 12 plus years of experience on application development, application security, application architecting, and then the development operations as well. So my expertise is cloud and DevOps, and then security, and then the microservices architecture. So this is the demo one. Once again, thank you so much for reaching here, for attending the demo. So these are all the technologies that I usually teach: Spring Boot, microservices, DevOps, AWS, Java real-time project, DevOps real-time project, Docker and Kubernetes, microservices, patterns. So these are all the technologies that I use to teach. Perfect. So let us start the demo. Okay, so topic DevOps.
So is it include CI/CD as well?
Yes. Let me start. You will get insight. Okay. So DevOps with AWS. And this is the demo one. And date is today's date. Okay, perfect. So first of all, you might be from a different backgrounds. So maybe most of you folks might already doing your technical job, maybe as a developer, right? Or maybe as a tester, or right? Maybe you are doing a non-technical job. Maybe you are doing a non-technical job, and now would like to looking for an IT opportunity. IT opportunities. So you might be a developer, you might be a tester, or you might be doing non-technical job and now looking to join in an IT company or IT opportunities. Right? If these are all the different peoples who are trying to get on to the IT opportunities with high paid salaries, then the option that we have is DevOps. So why we need to learn the DevOps? So first of all, why we need to learn the DevOps? Okay, so DevOps we can learn for 3 reasons. I'm not going to start what is DevOps now, but let us understand the agenda of the demo one is. The agenda of the demo one is understand the scope of DevOps in current IT market. So understand the scope of DevOps in current IT market and the salaries that DevOps engineers making, and now the opportunities that the DevOps engineers have, and top skills the DevOps engineers should learn. So this is the today's agenda. So demo one, today's agenda, that means demo one agenda. Okay, now let's see. First of all, why we need to learn the DevOps. Who can learn the DevOps, right? Anyone. If you are a developer, if you are a tester, if you are a non-technical guy doing some non-technical job, anyone can learn the DevOps. Why we need to learn the DevOps? Because of 3 reasons. The reason one is DevOps is the one of the DevOps is the one of the top skills. DevOps is the one of the top skills. DevOps is one of the top skills for the employer to onboard. So DevOps is that one of the top skills for the employer. Employer means companies. So DevOps is the one of the top skills for the employer to onboard the employees, meaning onboard the DevOps engineers. DevOps engineers. So this is the reason number one. DevOps is the one of the top skills for the employers nowadays to onboard the DevOps engineer. So let us see some survey, right? How we are telling DevOps is the one of the top skills. So let us see one survey. This survey has been conducted by the Atlassian. Atlassian conducted a survey in 2020. 2021 survey and 2022 survey has not been published yet, but only the 2020 survey has been published so far. Okay, who is this Atlassian? So Atlassian is the famous company who implemented Jira for a project management, right? So everyone, most of the members are using Jira as a project management tool, which is implemented, developed by this Atlassian company. And these guys also developed the Vagrant. Vagrant is used to manage the Linux missions, Linux boxes. Right, and also they have contributed in Terraform. But basically, most of us know, right? So Atlassian is a company who developed the software management tool called project management tool called Jira. So these guys have conducted a survey on the DevOps trends. Let us see the survey results. So these are the main areas, meaning these are the main focus: background and methodology, executive summary, detailed findings, appendix. So this is the report summary basically, and what they have conducted and all they have given us. So let us scroll down to see the summary of the survey and survey highlights. Right. So these are the survey highlights. If you can see the survey highlights, DevOps is now a corporate term. Over 90% of the members who involved in this survey said DevOps had a direct impact on the business metrics. DevOps had a direct impact on the business. 90% of the members who participated in this survey said by opting the DevOps as their skill set, they have delivered the applications very fast. With the help of the DevOps, they deliver the applications very fast to the customers. So 90% of the members who involved in this survey said that DevOps made a direct impact on their business, right? Customer will be obviously happy if we deliver something with the quality within a less time without any errors, right? So if we deliver that, then the client will be very happy. So then business also will be improved or incremented. So like that, in the business improvement or the business increment, DevOps has made a direct impact on the business. 90% of the members said that. But the problem is what, though the DevOps is giving a good results to the overall business, right? But the problem is, 85% of the members who participated in this survey said, they faced barriers in the DevOps implementation. What does it mean? What does it mean is DevOps requirement is there. DevOps is doing a direct impact on the business. DevOps is making an organization to grow its business, but there is a lack of skill sets on DevOps. 85% of the respondents have responded like, they are facing the barriers, problems in this DevOps implementation. Why? Why? Because lack of DevOps skills and the legacy infrastructure that the companies have, and to migrate that legacy infrastructure to the latest infrastructure or DevOps infrastructure, there were no peoples with the proper skills. That's the reason, that's the problem the industry is facing in implementing the DevOps. Right? Now, what you have understood from this survey, is DevOps is making a direct impact on the business. So DevOps is using by the organizations for their business growth, but there were no DevOps skill people. Folks, yeah, thank you. There were no proper DevOps skilled folks. Next, 99% of the respondents say DevOps has a positive impact on their organization. How it had a positive impact on organization? 49% of the members say faster time to market, faster deliverables, and 61% members said better deliverables. By doing this DevOps, by opting the DevOps, they are handovering the product or software to the clients in a faster time, right? In a less time, they are handovering the product to the customers, right? So better deliverable, 61% say it helped them, to have a quality deliverables, and 49% say they are, developing the software very fast, right? And 78% had to learn a new skill. That is the requirement. 78% of the members had to learn a new skill, because most of the organizations are started using the DevOps, but there were no skilled people. So 78% of the members of this survey said, still they require the DevOps skill people. So they have to learn the new skills in DevOps, right? So this is one survey report. And if you can see here, this is really little, painful point in DevOps implementation. 85% of the members said they are facing issues in DevOps implementation. Why? Because, lack of skills in employees, and employees worked on their legacy infrastructure and adjusting the corporate culture. They are not adjust the proper corporate culture. I'll come to these points, but you can understand now, DevOps is though giving a good results, good business growth, but the real implementation of the DevOps is becoming little tougher and little challenge because of the lack of the skills in the employees, right? So this is one of the surveys saying. And if you can see, 74% of the members have a way to measure DevOps success. Most commonly development frequency, most commonly deployment frequency, meaning, deployments very frequently we can deliver the applications, we can deploy the applications. So 74% members, they'll say. 97% members feel they are very or somewhat effective in measuring the DevOps success. Okay, so these are the reasons. So let us go to the detailed findings now. So if we can go to the detailed findings, 52% of the organizations said they have a team with the DevOps title, and 49% of the companies say they have a team but they don't have a DevOps title. Like that, in one another way, DevOps work is doing in almost all the companies, but around 57% of the companies, meaning Fortune 500 companies or large 500 companies, they have a DevOps team. 57% of the large 500 companies have a DevOps team, and this DevOps is being used by the companies for last 3 years, or 57% of the companies. So organizations that have been using DevOps for 3+ years are almost likely to have a 57%. So overall, with this report, what we have understood, So companies are using mostly 60% of the companies across the globe are started practicing the DevOps as one culture, DevOps as one department, if we can say. DevOps as one department. They have, like how they have the development department, how they have the testing department, how they have the network department, how they have the database members department. Like that, they also have started DevOps as one department. 60%, almost 60%. This report is saying by 2020, but now we are in 2022. Definitely 3% of the rate might have been incremented. So 60% of the organizations are are using the DevOps, and out of them, 46% of the organizations are relatively new to DevOps with under 3 years of doing it. This is little, you guys have to understand little more here. 46% of the organizations are relatively new to DevOps with under 3 years of doing. That means what? Since 2018, 2019, or 2016, they have started using the DevOps. 46% of the companies started using the DevOps. That means what? The DevOps has been started using since 3 years or maybe 4 years ago onwards, meaning the real skilled people's requirement will be huge in the market, right? So if we can go little down and then see the more about the report. So in this DevOps, what tools are majorly using? So source code management tools are using 100%, code development and review 90%, agile planning 79%, continuous testing tools 79%, continuous integration, infrastructure configuration, automation release, right? All these tools are artifact repository, all these tools are using, right? I mean, percentage wise, if you can clearly observe here, continuous integration 79% is using, source code management 100% using. What are these, sir? What are source code management? What is continuous integration? All these things I will let you know. Maybe this is a little higher term for you at this moment, but what you have understood so far, what you have understood so far. So DevOps is mostly opting culture in any of the industry nowadays, meaning any of the IT companies nowadays. So what is the benefit that we will get, sir? Because most of the companies, if started using the DevOps, more number of jobs they will create for us, because they need the right skill set peoples, right? So they need the right skill set people. So definitely they looks for the peoples. So there the jobs will be produced and then opportunities will be increased. So the guys who are now turning their career onto the IT from a non-IT, or maybe the guys who are doing the support jobs, or who are doing the some tester jobs, if they would like to go for a better IT opportunity with a high paid salaries, then they can go for the DevOps. This is the right time. So the reason one is what, why we need to learn the DevOps, because DevOps is the one of the top skills for the employer to onboard the DevOps engineers. So this is what we have seen using the Atlassian survey. And second reason is one, one of the highest paid jobs, one of the highest paid job role is the DevOps as per survey. So one of the highest paid. So if we can go and then see the salaries, so let me open one site called Ambition Box, I believe. So let me show you DevOps salaries in India. If you can type, then you can see this is the site Ambition Box. Let me open it. So you can even see in the various sites like Indeed, Glassdoor, Quora, right? Payscale. These are the various sites. But if you can see here, this is saying DevOps engineer salary in India ranges between 4 lakhs to 14 lakhs with an average annual salary of 6 lakhs. So salary estimates are based on 28K salaries received from DevOps engineers. So they have surveyed various DevOps engineers and then have received the responses. Based on those responses, they have prepared this report. So an average salary for a DevOps engineer, for a DevOps fresher is 6 lakhs. Very lowest salary is 4 lakhs. Average salary is 6 lakhs. Highest CTC is 4 lakhs for an entry-level engineer in DevOps. This is for an entry-level engineer in DevOps. Now let us go here. Experience-wise, if we can go here. So average salary, this is average salary. So 0 to 1 year, 5.6 salaries. 1 to 2 years, 5.8. 2 to 3, 5.5, 5.8. Right? This is average salary, because if the responses will increase, the average will decrease, right? That's what you can see here. But average salaries are these, right? So average salary, this is the confident report they are saying. On an average, the salary is ranging from 4 lakhs to 12 lakhs for the DevOps engineers. Okay. Now, these are the various DevOps designations. Senior DevOps engineer is making a salary of 13 lakhs as the minimum. Senior DevOps engineer meaning who have the experience range from maybe 4 years or 5 years to 7 years. The guys who have the experience range from 5 years to 7 years or maybe 4 years to 6 years, those are making a minimum of 13 lakhs, maximum of 28 lakhs nowadays. And this is one more job role, AWS DevOps engineer. So who is making 6 lakhs to 12.9 lakhs. This is the entry level engineer job. And again, DevOps consultant. So DevOps consultant is getting maximum of 25 lakhs. And the cloud DevOps engineer is getting 20 lakhs. And Azure DevOps is getting 13 lakhs. So DevOps lead salary around up to 37 lakhs. The lead salary in the sense who have an experience range from 8 years to probably 12 years, 11 years, like that. And a lead DevOps engineer, again, who have an experience range from maybe 8 years to 12 years, 13 years, they are earning like 41 lakhs as the highest CTC. So DevOps salary, a common DevOps salary is minimum 4 lakhs to maximum 35 lakhs. And DevOps manager salary is 13 lakhs to 45 lakhs. So by looking this survey, do you agree that the DevOps is highly paid job or not? Yes, highly paid job. Why they are paying this much of salaries? Because there is no skill set, lack of a proper skilled employees in the market, lack of a proper DevOps implementation skill candidates in the market. So when the demand is more, supply less, obviously we will get a good opportunities. That's what happening with the DevOps nowadays in the market, right? So if you can see these top skills for DevOps engineers, see skill wise, DevOps, AWS, Python, Linux, Jenkins, Docker, Kubernetes, Ansible, Git, Terraform, automation, Azure, cloud, continuous integration, configuration management. That means what? These are the 15 skills that a DevOps with AWS engineer should have. And these are the 15 skills that the market is looking for in a candidate who will be played the DevOps with AWS engineer role, right? Now you have seen these 15 tools, right? Or 15 technologies or tools might be. All these 15 tools that we need to learn, sir? No, so not required, but most probably, what are the tools that we need to learn in DevOps that we will discuss? The prerequisite for this course is nothing. There is nothing prerequisite. Come with an empty mind and learn every day by attending the sessions. Practice the exercises what I am going to give. Follow the recordings. Recordings will be provided for 6 months. 90 days is the duration of this course. After 90 days, one more 90 days access will be given for you for the recordings. Okay. So no prerequisite. That's what we have written initially the sentence. Who can learn the DevOps? Anyone can learn the DevOps. Anyone can learn the DevOps. A developer, a tester, a non-technical guy, anyone can learn the DevOps. But in order to get the job, you should be graduate. That is the only prerequisite. Okay. However, even for IT jobs, in my opinion, that is also not required, but as per some norms and they'll write labor department or labor rules. So according to, we are not laborers, but maybe, according to the IT industry, IT ministry rules and all. So graduation is compulsory. So right now we have seen why we need to learn the DevOps. So DevOps is the one of the top skills, right? The employers are looking for, and DevOps is one of the highest paid job. Why? Because lack of proper skills, Okay. And 3 reasons we said, right? What is the third reason? The third reason is all companies nowadays delivering the software product or application. Nowadays, all the companies delivering the software product or application with the constant quality and continuity, meaning they are delivering the application continuously. I can say continuously delivering the application or software product with the constant quality. So why we need to learn the DevOps? Because number one, DevOps is one of the highest paid job, and DevOps engineers have the demand in the market, and all companies are delivering the software product or software applications continuously with the constant quality. You have now got a word called continuously, right? That means what? I need a software, right? So I went to some software company. If I ask them, they have given me a software product within some time, and I need some change. Again, I went to them. They again applied some change and then given it to me very fast. That means what? Continuously, they are giving the delivery of the software application or product constantly with the quality, and continuously they are maintaining that quality. This is the reason DevOps is showing a direct impact on the organization's business growth. But 85% of the people, 85% of the, we can say, of course, market survey involved in the people involved in the market survey, 85% of the people were, said, they are facing a barriers in implementing the DevOps culture or DevOps in their projects because lack of skill set. Now, what we understand from these things? Number one, there is a lack of skill set in the market, so you have to grab that opportunity. Number two, as a lack of proper skills were there in the market in DevOps, they are paying a high salaries. And number three, for the companies, as DevOps is showing a direct business impact, they are looking for the DevOps to implement in their project. So these are the 3 reasons why you guys have to learn the DevOps basically. Okay, sir, we have searched for the many DevOps tools in the internet, and somewhere in some course banners and all. What are the DevOps tools or technologies that we have to learn? Number one, we have seen now why we need to learn the DevOps. We have seen, right? And now what we have to learn in DevOps. Now what we have to learn in DevOps. Okay, what we have to learn in DevOps. So from this ambition box survey, what you understand? You understand mostly the companies are looking for the candidates who have a skill set or knowledge on these tools and technologies, right? So what are they? What are they is, let me write down here one after the others, carefully observe. Source code management, we call it as SCM. So source code management tool, like what are the examples? Like Git, right? Bitbucket, right? Maybe code commit, right? Etc. So these are the source code management tools. Sir, what are these? I don't know. Don't worry. What I am typing, just see that. Okay. I'm just explaining you what you have to learn. My intention is now you have to know only the words. In future, you will make these words as an implementation, but you just learn the words what you have to learn. See, now I will show one document to you. I will show one document to you. So if you can scroll down, right. I hope you are able to see my screen, isn't it? So I hope you are able to see my screen. So let me scroll down. Right. If you can see here, what you have to learn. Number one, a source code management tool you have to learn. And number two, a source code build tool you have to learn. Sir, what it will build, what is source code, what it will build, I will explain all those things, but I'm just naming the tools. You just observe. Source code management tool like Git you have to learn. Source code build tool like Jenkins you have to learn. And build management software like Maven you have to learn, 3 tools. And code quality check tool, that is SonarQube, you have to learn, 4 tools. And code RT factory tool, that is JFrog, you have to learn, 5 tools. And Ansible is a configuration management tool you have to learn, 6 tools, right? And then Docker you have to learn, 7. And then Kubernetes you have to learn, 8. And then the logging management tools you have to learn, that is EFK, 9. And then there will be a reporting tool you have to learn called Grafana and Prometheus, which is 10. And with this 10, you also have to learn one more tool called Terraform to automate the entire infrastructure, which is 10. So let me write down those tools. Maybe those tools are little higher for you. Maybe I may be terming little higher words, but just look at the tools, what you have to learn. So first, source code management you have to learn. Next, what you have to do, you have to learn the source code build tools you have to learn. Source code build tools you have to learn. So next, what you have to do, source code build tools you have to learn, like Maven is the source code build. Then what you have to learn, source code automation tool you have to learn. That means continuous integration, continuous deployment, we could say it as CI/CD. So this you have to learn, nothing but Jenkins. Now what we have to learn, the source code is now built by this tool Jenkins. Source code is built by this tool called Maven, and now the Jenkins is doing what? Jenkins is using this Maven to build the source code. Once the source code is built, now the test cases needs to be run right from the source code, and then analysis the source code, whether the source code have any wrong code, or source code have any code is not quality. So all those things we need to learn. So that means what? Code quality gateway you have to learn, which is nothing but SonarQube. And what you have to learn then, once the code is implemented, then it needs to be moved to a RT factory. So RT factory you have to learn, which is called, meaning the example for it is Nexus and JFrog. Then what you need to do, you need to learn configuration management tool called Ansible. And what you need to do, you need to learn You need to learn Docker. And what you need to learn? You need to learn Kubernetes. And what you need to learn? You need to learn EFK, log management tool. And what you learn? You need to learn the um, Grafana as a monitoring tool you have to learn. And what you have to learn? You have to learn Terraform for IAC infrastructure as a code. So this is what you have to learn in the DevOps. In the DevOps, what you have to learn, these 11 tools you have to learn. Okay. And then AWS concepts will come. I'll come to that AWS concepts maybe later, but these are the 11 tools that you have to learn. Sir, what are these tools will do? So those things we will discuss maybe later in time. Okay. Now, if you can see these tools, sir, 11 tools, do I need to learn mandatorily, or if I learn 3 to 4 tools, will I get the job? Yes. And one more thing is what, to learn all these tools, first you have to learn the Linux. So Linux is the key skill or heart of your DevOps culture implementation. In order to implement this DevOps culture to faster deliverables of the application, first you have to know the Linux. Without Linux, you can't do anything. Without Linux, you can't do anything. Linux is the heart for entire DevOps course. Not course. When you are working, mostly the source code, mostly the tools what we have written here, right? Those tools we will configure on the Linux machines. For example, if you can go here, so the same diagram if I can show. So see this. Let me scroll little up. See this. This is the deployment support matrix we will follow. Meaning, to set up the Jenkins, what we have taken? AWS, Ubuntu machine we have taken. What is this? Linux flavor, right? And what its RAM? 4 GB. What its CPU? 2 minimum CPU. I'll explain what is this RAM, CPU and all, but I'm just showcasing this to you to know the importance of the Linux. So all these missions, if you can see, Jenkins master, Jenkins worker, Sonar Cube, all these are Ubuntu. And if you can scroll down, Docker master is Ubuntu. Again, this is Ansible machine, not Jenkins, which is again of the type Ubuntu. Now see this Kubernetes cluster, Kubernetes master, Kubernetes worker 2. These are again Ubuntu missions.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I have few doubts regarding this. So, all these activities will be done on the Linux operating system or Windows?
Linux operating system.
Yeah. So actually, I am having Linux Ubuntu 18 point something version with the dual boot on my Windows laptop. So I have provided it 50 GB of space to my Linux operating system. So will it be compatible, or do I have to increase the space?
Yeah, that is pretty much good actually. But what we will do, we will practice all these things on the AWS. I'll suggest you guys to practice on the AWS. Nothing you have to keep in your laptop. Okay, your laptop just freed from the memory. Let us practice it on the AWS. So AWS is providing the free instances for us for 750 hours per month. Okay, I'll
free Ubuntu instance.
Exactly. So, but this 4 GB RAM is there, right? So 4 GB RAM is not providing as free. I'll come to that setup point of view. How to set up and all, I will come to.
Yeah, and what programming language do we have to know for this course?
Nothing.
I know Java and Python. I am already aware of that.
Very good. If you know the Python, that is very, very awesome. And a few interviewers are expecting the Python knowledge. If you guys have the Python knowledge, that is really awesome. Okay. However, let me first finish, then I'll come to the setup point of view. So if you can see my...
And sir, I have also messaged you on personal chat something. So
sure. I will look into it. I look into it. So if you can see this, if you can see my screen, someone have asked me a question now. What is deployments are? Exactly. It's a good question. I will come to that. But now what I'm showcasing, being a DevOps engineers, what extent you have to learn in the DevOps is what I'm now trying to showcasing you. If you can see here, we have set up the Kubernetes master, worker, worker one, Jenkins master, Jenkins worker. This is the Docker machine. This is the Ansible machine, right? This is the Ansible engine, Ansible controller, right? And also we have the, as I told, right, ELK or EFK logging tool. So we have the ELK server as well and Sonar Cube as well, right? That means what? Whatever the tools that the market is now expecting, with those all the tools, now you have to build a pipeline, and that pipeline should be something like this. Now, if you can see this, the pipeline is something like this. So what does it mean? Basically, I have now used a word called pipeline. What does it mean? What does it mean is, when a developer will do a code change, and that code change or that changed code needs to be deployed in the server to use by the customers. Correct? Usually what we will do, sometimes whenever you are using any application, it is asking you to upgrade your software. Meaning what? A new changes will come to your application. That means when any changes will be done by the developers in the source code, and those changes needs to be deployed in the production servers to be accessible by the end customer. So here deploy meaning what, making the application available. For example, google.com, that is one application we are now able to use. gmail.com is one application we are now using. So deployment meaning what? That application itself is written with some source code, and that source code is itself not coming as an application. We need the servers to run that source code. So in the servers we will deploy. Okay, the source code converting and then putting into some servers is called as the deployment basically. Okay, however, what I would like to showcase you now here, being a DevOps engineer, you have to get an expertise like to manage this entire life cycle by your own. You should have to manage this entire life cycle on your own. Then if you will be really able to set up this entire pipeline with your own knowledge, meaning by learning the technology here, by learning the DevOps here, attending the DevOps here, if you're really able to set up this entire pipeline, then you will get job in any interview. Whatever the interview you attend, you will get the jobs. What are the important tools that you need to concentrate here? See this Kubernetes and Docker. If you know Docker and Kubernetes, guys, you will get the job. If you don't know Docker and Kubernetes, I repeat, if you spend 7 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months in the Amirpet, but you have not learned the Docker and Kubernetes properly, but you learn the other tools very well, I'm not sure whether you. Yeah. So if you don't have good knowledge or good exposure on this Docker and Kubernetes, but you have learned the other tools and you have a good knowledge in other tools, maybe you will get the job. Maybe you will get the job, but if the 10 jobs were there, maybe 2 to 3 opportunities you will get. But if you have a Docker and Kubernetes in your profile, 10 jobs were there on DevOps, 10 out of 10 calls will come to you. Because main is what, the Kubernetes. Till now, out of 100 people, only 10 to 15% of the people know the Kubernetes. Only less than 25% of the people who are having the experience on Kubernetes are there in the market nowadays. Meaning, if you can clearly listen my words, who have the very good experience or very good concepts on the Docker and Kubernetes, if you don't know any other tools, are also you will get a good jobs, because these may be managed by some other else, but these are ideally the important tools for us. Meaning, our entire application automation, this continuous deployment is very, very important. So where we will deploy, in a cluster we will deploy. Sir, you are using a very high level words, cluster, what are these? Slowly you will understand, folks. Here you guys shown your interest to attend the demo, and then meaning you are trying to learn something like DevOps or maybe something you are interested, I believe. But what you have to stress, what you have to learn, what my mean is you have to learn Docker and Kubernetes mandatorily. If you are a DevOps engineer without Docker and Kubernetes, it is like you are not a DevOps engineer, I'm sure. So Docker and Kubernetes are very, 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 very important, folks. You have to be master here. Our entire work will be on this only. Okay, now I will showcase something to you. Now I will showcase something to you. So let me go to this AWS. So we will use the AWS. This course is DevOps with AWS, right? So we will use AWS for our production setup. So for development purpose and production setup, we will use the AWS. However, now let me go and then log into this Jenkins. So scroll down. So this is the public IP address of it. So let me go here and then access the Jenkins. Just in a moment, let me go here and then access http:// public IP address :8080. Now let me log into this Jenkins first. Sir, what is this Jenkins? We said it is a continuous integration and continuous delivery tool, right? So let me have the password and username entered, and you can see there is, so these are, you can see, build jobs, build pipelines. We will configure here for different environments, dev environment and QA environment and production environment. For different environments, continuous integration and continuous delivery, you will configure as a pipeline. So what is pipeline? Pipeline meaning, again, from the development, when the developer will done the changes to the files and then he will put his changes in the source code management repository, those changes should have to be reflected automatically in the application. So for example, if you can see, this is the application. This is the application. So let me refresh. So just let me refresh. Yeah, so this is the application. So you even can access this application. Now this is the application, and this application source code I have here. For example, if you can go here, right? So the application source code is here. This is the application source code, right? So this is the application source code. Now, if I do any changes here, and then if I commit these changes to the source code repository like GitHub, for example, if you can see here, here is my source code repository. See this? Let me go and see the source code repository. Yes. So this is my source code repository. So let it start. Right. So this is the source code repository, monolith app. So this is the source code repository. Now what I will do, if any change I will do, right? If any change I will do in my source code, for example, you can go and then see here, there is some files, right? These are all the source code files, right? I'm a developer, assume I'm a developer, right? I did some change. For example, this is the file. In this file, I did some change, and then I will push. After doing the changes, I will push this, right? So when I'll push this to this Git repository, how you will push? For pushing, we may have a lot of the tools available. For example, if you can see, source tree is one more tool, and Git client, GitHub is Git client is one more tool. Tata is Git is one more tool. So there are various tools, folks. You don't need to worry. I will explain everything in our DevOps sessions, how to use these tools and all. I'll explain. Out of all the tools, source code, source tree is the very, very good tool actually to use. Okay. However, when the developer will done the changes in the source code, and when the developer will pushes the source code to the source code repository, then automatically the Jenkins jobs should have to be start. For example, here if you can see, there is a pipeline job. So this is a some job, right? So Medilab, morning, pre-clinic, app, pipeline. Okay, this is a job. See, last build happened at 37 is the build number. Last build happened at March 12. Okay, assume I will do some change. When I will do some change in the in the source code repository, automatically build should have to be start. Once the build is completed, automatically deployment needs to be done, right? So if you can see these stages, see, check out the source code and build the source code, pull the source code from the SCM, build the source code, and building the Docker image and triggering the deployment job. So what is the deployment job again? The deployment job again is, if we can go to here, the deployment job is, there is a database deployment and there is a application deployment. For example, if you can go to this application deployment, and again we have a stages, pulling the deployment from SCM and connecting to Ansible machine. And what Ansible machine will do? The Ansible machine will deploy the Kubernetes, deploy the source code changes in the Kubernetes cluster. With this entire process, what you have understood, two things are happening here. When the source code is changed by the developers, that source code changes needs to be effect immediately needs to be effect for the customer usage. That is what the faster delivery, isn't it? That is what the faster delivery, frequent delivery, right? Whatever the changes we have done here, those are immediately affecting in the application. Those are called frequent delivery. For example, I will do one thing. So let me come here. So let me do some change here. So this is the source code, right? So let me go here. Let me do some change in the file. So let me go here and static. Let me go to this index.html and let me do some change. So if you can go and then access the application, probably you also can access the application. I might have, I can also given the link to you to access the application because it is now deployed on the AWS, right? So this is the application. So you guys can also access this application, right? You guys can also access the application. Now, when you access that application, right? So now if you can see here, just we'll try to understand something here. If you can see, here it is, welcome to Medilab, right? So, and here it is some number, and here it is some contact@medilab.com, and here it is some text. Let us do some changes. Let us do some changes. So go here. Let us do some changes. And first of all the tool stack is started or not, let us verify. All the tool stack is started or not, let us verify. So this tool stack is not required. Medilab Ansible engine is not required, whereas Medilab controller we already have started. Meaning Ansible controller we have already started, Ansible engine is not required. So what I am trying to explaining you know, folks, I'm trying to explaining you the importance of the CI/CD in the DevOps implementation. What are the right technical stack you have to look for, and what are the right technical stack that the market is expecting nowadays is what I am trying to telling you now. Okay, so let us go to this. I have logged in here, right? So folks, can you please be mute? Can you please be mute? Yeah, thank you so much. Right. So otherwise, I will showcase the DevOps pipeline tomorrow. as today is the demo one, I don't want to confuse you more, but the outcome of the today demo one, you might have understood why we need to learn the DevOps and what tools in the DevOps we need to learn, and how much packages we will get if we learn the DevOps. So these are the outcome of the today's session. And tomorrow I will showcase you the CI/CD pipeline by running the simple application changes, so that you will get an idea how the application is delivering to the customers very fast. Okay, now you can ask your questions to me. Maybe this is the first demo. You may have a lot of questions with you, right? You can ask now, whatever the question.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, what is the duration of this course?
Yes, the duration of this course is the 3 months, 90 days.
90 days, and classes will be every day?
Every day, 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. till Saturday, and Sunday is the break.
Sunday
no classes. Yeah, no classes.
Sir, this course involves the 11 tools that you have mentioned. So will there be any practical also, or only the theory part, or in the introduction to the tools, like what?
No, not theory, not theory. See, that's what I would like to show you. Why I have shown this pipeline, what we have configured. Why I have shown this, to gain the confidence. This is what we have configured. It is, not theory, like practical. Kubernetes master, Kubernetes worker 2 we have configured. Jenkins we have configured. As you have asked the question, just I would like to showcase something to you. That is also one of the interview question. Now see, go to this dev source code pipeline, how we have written the pipeline script, which is very important and interview question as well. Just to give you the confidence, I'm showing this, nothing more than that. See this, what we have written, pipeline as a code approach we have followed, Jenkins file. So where is the Jenkins file? This Jenkins file is in our source code repository. Go to here, and then you can see the Jenkins file. This is complete real time. See this? This is the code, not code. This is the script you have written. It's a script we will write, right? Okay. Without this one, it can't be completed. Scripts we will write, not coding. No coding required. No coding is required. Nothing. Little scripts we will write. So you have to know about the little commands. For example, sh commands and shell commands. See, shell script is very important. That's the reason Linux is very important for you guys.
Like, so sir, I am a software engineer working as a Java developer in a company. So will DevOps be useful for me also?
100%.
Like
100%.
My salary is currently 8 LPA.
100% DevOps will help you folks, because nowadays the Java projects are more in the market, right? So Java projects are definitely more in the market. So if you know the Java, and if you know DevOps, AWS, and all the things, you alone can handle the many more Java projects, because you know better how to deploy the Java projects.
True. And one more thing I have to ask, like, how in-depth knowledge of Ubuntu is required? Like, I know Ubuntu. I know the file structure, I know the commands, like how to move, how to create folder and all, and everything. So how in depth the Linux knowledge is required in this course? Yeah, so Linux knowledge is required in depth in such a way, users creation and permissions assignment. So it will be at the level of system admin, right? Exactly. Not at the level of system admin, but not at that level is required. But I'll explain. That's what I'm trying to explaining you here. What level of the Linux is required to us? For example, see here, from Jenkins machine we need to connect to this Ansible machine. Meaning, on Ansible machine we have to create a user and create a group and assign few permissions, and then create a SSH connection by creating a private key, public key here, and copy the public key, private key here, and make the handshake. Again, from here to here also same, users creation, permissions management, groups creation, files copying, and the security, SSH
SSH, meaning the machine-to-machine access using the private and then public keys. So this much knowledge is required.
So
Okay.
like every company has a code base. Like I am a developer, so I have to commit changes, so commit features. So that I do, suppose I am doing it in the GitHub. My code base is in GitHub. So till now my interaction is till GitHub.
That's it.
And the after part where my website is hosted and like what role the Docker and Kubernetes have. Like I know they are containing for our application, but what else functionality they are providing? Like application, like more functionality. Like if I am hosting like on Heroku, so my website is working fine there also. So why there is a need of Docker or this?
Correct. So maybe this is little advanced question, or maybe if I answer this, maybe other folks might not understand, but I'll try to understand. If you deploy the application in the Heroku or AWS Beanstalk, right, that application will be the single hosted server application. So if the database will down, our application will down, then there is no self-healing capability for that application. And application can't be created. One more instances of the application can't be created, meaning scaling is not possible. So scaling, self-healing, zero downtime, resiliency, for all these features will go for the Kubernetes. Assume my application is running here. If it went down, right, immediately one more copy of the application should have to up and run. For that, we will use this Kubernetes. Okay.
So Kubernetes duplicate our source code or what?
Kubernetes will run the containers. The container is the Docker will create the containers using the source code. So using the source code artifact var or jar, then the container engine will create the Docker image. That Docker image will be used by this Kubernetes and then run them as a Kubernetes applications called pods.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Kubernetes will provide high availability of these things.
I have one question, sir.
I
am currently working in tech support a job from one company. It's useful to me for this course. I have basically used the Jira tickets software.
Basically, yeah, that's what. If you are in some non-technical job, but if you want to start your career at the technical side, right, obviously DevOps will help you in giving a good salaries, right, good opportunities.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, please go ahead.
Sir, my name is SK Rabbani, sir.
Yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, I am a fresher, sir, 2020 pass out.
Okay.
Civil background, sir. I will choose the DevOps also good, sir.
Okay.
I have confusion to him, sir. My family members also DevOps are cloud. They have taken more useful latest technology.
Yes.
That's why I will also be a little bit confused. I am also civil background, sir.
Okay. I understood. I got your point. So whatever the background doesn't matter here, because we are not doing any coding here. Everything is a configuration driven. And
there was also any coding not there, sir?
Not required. No coding is required. Nothing. No coding is required. Only the scripting is required, and that script is also a step-by-step approach of executing something. So if you know how to write the scripts, then that's good enough. That is what you will learn here. No coding, nothing required. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Hello, sir.
Sir, cloud also same, sir. Coding.
No, yes. Coding, yeah, correct. Cloud also same. No coding is required.
Sir,
okay, guys.
I think coding.
Hello.
Hello.
Go ahead, please.
Sir, will you cover AWS and Linux shell scripting here?
Yes, because shell scripting is required. AWS also will cover because our production environment is on the AWS only. I have not shared the screen, right? If you can see, our production will be like this. So this is our production architecture. This is what you guys have to prepare, implement till this level. See this, if you can see EKS cluster, public subnet, VPCs, RDS, right? And then EC2 machines, again databases, Route 53, certificate manager, right? And then cluster, load balancer. These are all what? Production environment we will prepare in the AWS. So DevOps itself is not sufficient, folks. Of course, sufficient to get the job, but when DevOps is there, one cloud is expected skill. So that cloud we will choose as the AWS. Okay.
Does this course help us for any certification in this area?
Yes, it will help you also in the certification area, but certification require a little more insights of the each and every concept. So the course, how I have been designed, it is for the fresher to 5 to 6 years of experience level who can get the job easily on this DevOps by following this course. That is how I have been prepared for this course.
So sir, like I have told you, like I know basics of Linux, but not the shell scripting part. And I know how to work with the version control systems. And I'm also planning to do AWS developer certificate. And plus I'm also planning to do this course of yours. So will it be good for me for by doing this course, or should I only stick to AWS developer content?
No. What my suggestion is, folks, don't stick to only the AWS, because the cloud may vary from one project to another project. Right, one project may use AWS, one project might use Azure, one project might use the Google Cloud Platform. But whatever the cloud it is, the automation required for the cloud we have to do using the DevOps. So DevOps you have to learn mandatorily, and any one of the cloud you can learn as an add-on on top of it, so that in the future when you are doing the job, the one project is completed, and then if you are going to another project, but another project is on some other cloud, no problem, because you will be used there as a DevOps engineer. Got my point, right?
Yes,
sir. So we should have a knowledge of AWS and Azure, sir?
No, Azure is not required. AWS plus DevOps is good enough, folks. Good enough, you will get superb jobs. Don't worry.
Yeah, and sir, you have shown a flowchart on the screen currently. And I wanted to ask, like, is there any real-time project in this course, or do we just have to create a flowchart like this is how our pipeline is working?
No. See this. What is this project? This is a real project, actually. If you can
like,
see
suppose
here,
this is a website. Like, we have source code of this website.
Not website, web application.
Web application.
See this? There is a database behind. We have set up using the Kubernetes daemon sets. See, this data is coming from the databases, and we can even create the data in the database, right? If you can see, there are no doctors, but if you can go and then add the doctor, you can add the doctor. The data will be saved in the database, and see the departments.
Like, you will provide the source code of such a web application, and we have to design the whole pipeline, right?
Exactly correct.
So this will be included in our this course as a project.
Exactly. That's what we will do. And in the pipeline, while creating the pipeline, what you will do? You will use all the tools one after the other, right? Git repository, right? Continuous integration. You will use Jenkins, then SonarQube, then JFrog or Nexus. Then you will use Ansible. Step by step. First, we will start learning the Git repository. Once
and
that is
Maven
done,
also. Maven?
Yes, Maven also required. See this?
Maven is a Java tool, right?
A Java tool, but knowledge on the Maven is required for the DevOps as well. Why? Because
like, sir, if there any dependency on the language, you can tell me very frankly. Actually, I know Python, Java, and JavaScript also. So, and a little bit of Linux, Ubuntu, so I can learn easily whatever the requirement is. So
I understood. But when the real requirement is there, I will let you know, folks. But really not required. Only Python. If you have the Python, that is added advantage. Added advantage. See why I have drafted Maven here, because most of the Java projects are there, right? In organizations, every organization usually will have a Java project. So DevOps engineers should have a knowledge on how to create a pipeline for the Java projects. That's the reason I have included Maven here. Not only this, in this course, we also will deploy different applications. What are those different applications? Static website, Node.js application, React.js application, Spring Boot application, and Spring microservices application. So these are 6 projects you will do.
6 projects are there.
6 projects you will do.
So what will you advise to me, sir? Like, I am eager to do this course, and side by side I also wanted to do AWS developer certification. So I can do, right?
Yeah, that's up to your interest. You can do, but if you are really interested, you guys are really interested, come and then learn this pipeline. So come and then relax, learn the pipeline, follow me, follow my notes, follow the exercises till the end of this pipeline. 3 months, a total of 3 months will take to complete this pipeline, production pipeline.
And sir, what is the fees of this course? Actually, I got the message on my phone, so I joined. There wasn't mentioned any fees.
Yeah, the fee is 12,000, and whoever or the DURGASOFT students or maybe others, you can negotiate with our backend team. Probably everywhere negotiations will be common, right? So go and ask. But the standard fee that we have added for this course is the 12,000.
Okay.
Hello, sir. Hello, sir. You were talking about people who are freshers or who have 1 to 5 years experience, how this is suitable for them. That is what I heard in the beginning part of the thing. But I also have a question. I'm an experienced person who worked 13-14 years, but had come out of IT and took a break for personal reasons for last 10 years. So now I want to get into IT back. I worked in a reputed company those days. So do you think it's a good restart? I mean, for a person who took a long break and coming back, is 100%. This a good starting point? I didn't understand that angle. What would help me, because I have worked in various technologies and management, and I was an expert in C, C++, Oracle, SAP, BW, HANA certified. I did everything those days. 10 years back. But now, after these 10 years, I have not looked into anything in IT. So I just want to brush up all the latest stuff happening, and then get into anywhere, wherever I would like to. So I just want you got my point, right?
Yes, I got your point. So 100%, DevOps is the right option. DevOps with AWS is the right option to restart again your IT career. 100%. Why I'm saying 100%? So far we have seen the market survey. DevOps engineers requirement is lot in the market, but a proper executing candidates were not there. See, everyone is going to the interviews. They will explain the Ansible, but they won't explain Kubernetes. They'll explain the Jenkins, but they won't explain the Docker. They'll explain the Docker, but they don't explain the Kubernetes. Meaning here and there, a proper skill set guys are not there in the market. So that is how, if you have a proper skill set in the market, you will be 100%, start your career with this one. So DevOps is the right option. DevOps with the
and when you say proper skill set, you mean a holistic view of all the tools being used in this process.
Exactly. Proper execution of all these tools. If interviewer will ask you, hey, why you have used Ansible and where you have used Ansible, how to create the playbooks in Ansible. The Ansible is a wonderful tool. 200, 300 servers will there in the production at a time.
Does this course give us holistic view or in-depth view?
In-depth view, folks. That's what I'm coming to that interview questions. You interrupted me in the middle. Okay.
No, you told us this course give holistic view to the other lady, and
no, holistic view in the sense what that's what I started holistic view, but I'm trying to explain the depth of the concept that we have to learn. See, the Ansible, if you can see here. So what is how to write the playbooks, and how to execute the playbooks, and how to the playbook what to be contains. If you can see here in this what it is, our Git repository, what you understood from this, see this, what is doing this playbook execution, Ansible playbook. What it is doing, it is executing the playbook on the Docker host machine. What does this playbook contains? This playbook contains the commands to be executed on the Docker host machine. See this is the playbook that we have built. So see this playbook, what it contains. It contains the Docker commands. What I'm saying, it is not only the holistic view, it is about the implementation, what we have to do actually. Got my point, right? So every step we need to implement, practically we have to do. In depth.
Hello sir, I am 2016 ME pass out. Should I get a job?
2016 ME pass out, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I actually one of scenario I have seen, in 2015, 2016, BA candidate also got Java developer job in Chennai, not in Hyderabad. I'm talking in Chennai. BA candidate also got the job. So I believe now graduation is important. So many of my friend circle, their colleagues and all, who have done this chartered accountant courses and all, they also migrated to IT because of the lack of the jobs and all, by learning this DevOps and then AWS. What I'm saying is, this is a very eminent tool for onboarding the non-IT engineers also to a IT industry, because this is the entire DevOps with AWS is configuration driven course, configuration driven system, where everywhere we need to do the configuration. So no matter what degree you have, whether you are a civil engineer or MA background, BA background, no matter. The only matter is what how in-depth you got, how in-depth you have learned. I'm telling one more time, folks. If you really able to entire pipeline on your own, if you really able to implement the entire pipeline on your own, no matter what's your degree is, 100% you will get the job for sure.
Hello, sir. You told that there will be 6 to 7 projects in this course. So like we showcase our web development or backend projects on the GitHub. Where can we showcase these projects?
I didn't get your question. Showcase in the sense, meaning?
Like when I am applying for job, I mention my GitHub link in the resume. So the person can see what kind of web app I have developed, what kind of machine learning project I have done. So where can I show these projects, these 6 projects?
Yeah, like I'll do one. Yeah, I understood your point. So while doing practice, right, this projects implementation here, you create your own GitHub repository. I will explain. That's the reason we will start with the Git actually. So you'll create your own GitHub repository, and then for 6 projects, create 6 repositories, and each and every repository you will use for the automation. So that repository you can showcase your resume. Got my point?
Okay, sir. And I can also put this kind of pipeline in my GitHub. Like I have created this pipeline, or like
you can put this one. Actually, GitHub is just to know about your primary information, but when originally the interviewer is interacting with you, the reality of the knowledge or the experience will come out, right? My intention is,
yes, sir.
Yeah, my intention is for each and every question, each and every concept what he is asking, we should be able to explain him in a very, very strong way. I'm simply saying, when you practice this, when you complete end to end, then only you will be able to answer any questions anywhere, wherever he will ask. Okay, so my answer for your question. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Sir, I am passing in 2013 in MSc Computer Science. After that, 2 or 3 years, I am
you did some other, yeah.
Yes, yeah. I am completely blank, and then 2 or 3 years, I am studying in competitive exams. Then after 2019, I am working one company tech support job, technical support job. Last 2.5 years or 3 years. Currently working in tech support.
Okay. Okay.
It's useful for me for this course.
Yeah. It will be useful. It will be useful. That's what I'm telling you. So the only thing is what the gap. So you are using tech support, right? So maybe non-technical stuff or non-technical job you are doing, right? So once you attend this course and then learn everything, and you got the confidence that you will be able to manage the entire pipeline since beginning of the source code to the deployment of the Kubernetes, right? Then the only toughest thing is for you is to manage your experience, manage your gap. If that can be manageable, then yes, you can happily learn this and then start your, again, IT technical career from the non-technical side.
Hello, sir.
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, folks, yes, you are audible. You are audible.
Yeah, sir, will you cover?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cover Lambda, Elastic, Beanstalk, and RDS.
What I will cover in the AWS is I will tell tomorrow. Lambda I won't cover, but EBS and EC2, S3, SQS, SNS, and Route 53.
Sir, can you show on the screen like what all things you will be covering in this? Actually, I joined late.
And yeah. So actually the session started at 8 a.m. right? Most of the people went for the day. We'll do one thing. Tomorrow again we'll come back, and then tomorrow I will showcase the AWS content. Course.
How many demo sessions are there?
3 demos, ma'am. 3 demos are there. So today is the first demo, and 3 demos let's have, and after that let's see.
And sir, is this course the same course that was starting from the 17th of March by Mr. Lakshmi Rao?
No. I am not Lakshmi Rao. I am Narsi.
No, I thought that you changed the instructor and the date of the course, so there will be 2 batches.
Same course.
Correct. A lot of faculties were there in DURGASOFT. It seems to be for DevOps, but my name is Narsi, and my timings are 8 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. every day.
I just wanted to know, is this the same course? Is it the
Hello,
same?
sir.
Yes. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let me answer other folk question. So
Here
is
is
the same. Yeah. So maybe different persons will execute the course in a different way, right? So I don't know how other peoples are taking this, but I don't know whether they'll follow the same. I really don't have an answer, but whatever I explained is, this is my way of execution, my way of handling the DevOps, right?
Yeah.
So,
but sir, actually we were asking like the content is the same. The way can be different, but content is same between both the courses.
No, I have not shared my content. Maybe content here and there, little changes will be there, but most of the same content. Kubernetes everywhere, Kubernetes, Docker, Ansible, Pipeline.
So can you please share the content maybe tomorrow or?
Yeah. Tomorrow I will share the content. Tomorrow let us discuss the content.
Okay.
Hello, sir. I am data science aspirant.
Yes.
And sir, link will be same for the meeting.
Link will be same for the meeting tomorrow. Yes.
Hello, sir. I am data science aspirant. Is it good for me?
Data science aspirant, right?
Yes. Is it good for me to learn DevOps?
Obviously, whatever the industry it is, right? Data science, machine learning, Java, .NET, Python. So all these variety of the applications required the continuous and then frequent deliverables, isn't it?
Okay.
So definitely DevOps will help you. 100%.
Can I learn both or
both are required? Yes, that's what I'm saying. But as you are a data scientist aspirant, if you are already started learning that,
yes, I am since learning from 1 month. 1 year.
Yeah.
So can I focus on 2 or can I focus on 1 only?
Yeah, you focus on 2 actually, as you already learned that data science since 1 year, right? You might have got the clarity or maybe how it will be and all. So now you focus on its deployment, how you can automatically deploy the data science projects. You focus on that.
Okay.
Sir, in place of
sir,
Maven,
can you please share your LinkedIn ID also?
Gradle and Ant?
Yeah, Gradle and Maven, these are just a build tools, right? Yes, we can have. The only thing what, folks, as the question you have asked, see this, while instructing the build, see this Jenkins file, Here we will instruct the Jenkins to use the tool called Maven to build the project. If it is using a Gradle project, then we will give here the Gradle plugin and then Gradle command. That's it. Correct. Okay. So the way how we are instructing the Jenkins to use a tool and then build the source code is where we will learn the these build tools. No matter is Gradle, Maven, doesn't matter.
Okay. Actually, I am thinking so how developers will do so the plugins they will add JDK plugin or some other plugin to build the code. So I thought in that way. So if it is this command, then it's fine. Thank you.
Hello, sir.
Yes, folks.
Yeah, thanks for demo.
So here actually, how many tools come with that this project, sir?
Sorry, actually, probably the someone two, 3 members were asked the same question at a time. Could you please repeat if you don't mind? What
So my question is actually I have a couple of questions. My first question is how many tools come into the project? Actually, I saw actually the GitHub and also the Maven and also JFrog and also that artifact.
Correct.
So
yes.
So this one actually, how many tools actually that to come into the picture actually when we are doing this project?
Yes, from in DevOps, a total of 11 to 12 tools we will learn, and AWS around 13 services we will learn. So DevOps 12 tools plus AWS 13 services. These many things we will learn. So here in DevOps 12 tools we will learn.
Okay. So do you give any the job site support? Because I am located in another country. Do you kind of not a job site, but actually do you prepare for any mock interview sessions like that?
Yeah, we can plan for that, but maybe I'm little overconfident here. But I'm saying, once you really attended my sessions for the 3 months and then executed this pipeline, I believe again you may never look back to me. I'm sure. But however, as an answer for your question, yes, mock interviews we can take. That's not a big problem. We can arrange the mock interviews platform. That we can. But what I'm saying is, if you properly execute this pipeline, then attend, practice everything, you end of the session, you never required any other support or you never required anything. You yourself can go and then attend interviews. You definitely crack them. See, I'm not here little overconfident, but I'm here letting you know, making you guys to be confident, how the session will be, because this is what we have used and doing since so many years in the industry, right? So how you will execute these are very important. So that's you will learn here. But however, yeah, the interview support and all mock interviews, let's plan.
Okay. Yeah, this is last question. This is last question.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
So when we are learning multiple tools, actually when we are real-time scenario, suppose we are getting kind of an error message, because actually, for example, Docker, I'm getting some kind of image file is not deploy that one. That time, that scenario, how do we handle actually, because that we are newer freshers. So that time actually, how do we? Is there any way to Google it to find out that solution?
Obviously, ultimately, everyone will do that. So, but first of all, if we know the Docker in depth, right, how it is doing the job, then when error will be reported, we can easily identify. That is one thing for sure. So different projects, 6 projects we're gonna do here, right? Those 6 projects are 6 different kinds. So while doing those 6 projects, we may get a different errors while you are learning this. So we have a Telegram group. Let us create a Telegram group. You post the questions or you post the errors, what you will get while doing the work, right? I will, post my solution, and then with that we can mitigate the issue. But what I am saying is, again, while learning, while practicing, while deploying the 6 projects, what I am going to share, everything you will learn here. And in the real time, when you are doing whatever the error will come, you can easily solve it without any Googling as well. You can solve it. But okay, as the question, being a beginner, your question is 100% valid, and the answer for your
So this architecture is following the industry level, means same architecture.
100%. Maybe here and there little tools might change. Here we are using Ansible, right? Someone might not use Ansible directly. They will do a connectivity to Jenkins, to Docker. It is a bad design, but someone might follow that design as well. But this is the standard design, whatever I have given. Even I will.
Yeah, sir, Ansible is just for the automation our whole pipeline, right?
Configuration management. Yes, configuration management.
Now see, so you want to say that this is a best practice to implement the architecture?
100%. Best practice and the industry standard for sure.
Okay,
no doubt at all.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, folks. I think let us again connect tomorrow and then spend wonderful time tomorrow as well with the AWS content and then DevOps content. However, thanks.
And sir, date of the course will be from 14th of March, or the 3 demo session will not be counted in the main course?
Yes. These 3 demo sessions will not be counted in the main course. And after the three demo sessions were completed, let us start the course. We will start from the Jenkins. I said I'll start from the Git, right? Everyone will start from the Git, but I will start from the Jenkins because we have to master on Jenkins, not on Git repository. Git repository, just 1 or 2 comments if that's good. But the DevOps guys should have to be master on Jenkins. So Jenkins will spend around 15 to 20 days. What we will configure here, Jenkins with the master slave architecture we will configure. Jenkins administration, Jenkins master level you will learn here. So I will start with the Jenkins first.
Okay. And sir, will notes be provided, or we have to take our own notes?
No. I will give you the already prepared handouts. I already have a handouts with me, a complete notes on Kubernetes, complete notes on Docker, complete notes on Jenkins is there, and Ansible I have written hand notes, and a Git repository I have a notes, and then EFK I have a notes, and then coming up other tools also I have a notes like AWS. Everything I will give the handouts, and also you can take a note of it as well while class is happening.
Sir, and is it a recorded session?
Yes. Recorded sessions will be provided to you for 6 months validity, with the 6 months validity. Okay, with the 6 months validity, the recorded sessions will be provided for us.
Sir, I have one question. Hello?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead.
So how this course is different from Azure DevOps? So once we learn this and once we master this, then learning Azure DevOps will be easy, or because my organization will deploy all the applications in Azure DevOps and all?
Not all the organizations, but maybe a few organizations are following.
No, my organization.
Yes, your organization. Okay. Yeah. So once you learn this one, it is a cloud agnostic architecture, folks. First of all, I would like to say it is a cloud agnostic architecture. Meaning what? Any cloud you can take, the same kind of architecture you can implement. For example, if you can take Azure, there rather we develop or we set up this Kubernetes, there we will use the AKS, Azure Kubernetes Service. And if you can go to AWS, there we will use the EKS, but underlying functionality of the Kubernetes is same. Correct. Okay. Similarly, like as we are using the Git repository, there we will use the Azure repo, right? The code will be committed to the Azure repo. And again, Jenkins will be same, Ansible will be same, Docker will be same. The only change will come in here Azure repo, and here Azure AKS, meaning Azure Kubernetes Service. And again, rest are same.
So what do you think, like Azure or AWS, which one is more popular in the DevOps field? Like
AWS. There is no question. 39% of the market is occupied by the AWS global market.
Okay. And sir, can you please share your LinkedIn ID so we can connect with you also there also?
Sure. I will share. Let us complete these demo parts and all when we started the batch and all, right? So I definitely publish my information to you guys. You can connect with me anytime. Okay. Yeah, I'm stopping for today, folks. Nice time.
One last question, sir. Hello.
Yeah. Please go ahead.
To what extent you will discuss Terraform and cloud formation concepts?
Yes, very good question actually. Terraform and then cloud formation, we will use an extensive of setting up this infrastructure with an automation. For example, let me give you a use case. For example, we are using the Kubernetes machines. Any of the Kubernetes machine CPU reaches 50% or 70%, then one more Kubernetes instance, one more Kubernetes worker, one more Kubernetes master we have to spin up. So that level, infrastructure automation level, we will use the Terraform. And cloud formation is also the same, right? It is the AWS component to do the automation. So we will use them to automate the infrastructure based on the memory utilization, CPU utilizations. Got my point, right?
Yeah, I got your point, sir. So one more question to extend the same. So for suppose in this pipeline, at any place, if we don't want to use any cloud instance, we want to use our local build to consume, local machine to consume as a host, then will this setup be possible, and will it be discussed in the course?
Possible, that is possible, but see this minimum, each and everything is expecting a 4 GB RAM. That means what, your machine should be minimum 8 GB RAM or 16 GB RAM. Machine should be with 100 GB hard disk. With 100 GB hard disk. Got it, right?
So yeah. So this is possible, you mean? Okay, thank you.
Yes, pretty possible, but the machine should be a very high configured, 8 GB or 16 GB with 100 GB as a hard disk. Okay, folks. Thank you so much for your time, and thanks for giving your time to me to attend my session.
Sir, please share the content tomorrow.
Yes, 100%. Tomorrow we'll discuss the content. Okay. Yeah. However, thank you so much, folks, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Sir, one question, sir. Hello.
Go ahead. Please go ahead.
I want the recorded version because I joined after 45 minutes.
Yeah. So the today's recording will be uploaded to you, because while joining the session, you have given your email ID, right? To that email ID, these records will be sent.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, folks.
Thank you.
How many hours do we need to put in efforts when we join the course per day? The class is 1.5 hours. In addition, offline the class, how many efforts do you think we're expected to put?
See, that is a nice question. See, this Jenkins pipeline, if we talk about. Okay, so this Jenkins pipeline, I can set up within 30 minutes. But for you, it will take 2 hours with the errors and all rectifications and all. It will take 2 hours. This Jenkins to Ansible machine configuration, for me, it will take hardly 15 to 20 minutes. But for you, it will take again 2 to 3 hours, because you will get errors for sure here. So like that, my every 30 minutes of time, your 2 hours probably. Got right?
Yes, sir. So for your 1.5 hour of content, we need 5 hours.
Approximately, you need to work 3 to 5 hours a day to understand and then learn the things, practice the things. At least 3 hours you have to spend, folks, per day, for sure, including 1.5 hour training and 1.5 hour practice. That will help you. Okay. Anyhow,
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, folks. See you tomorrow.
Sir.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank you.